Alright, there we go. Sorry about that, everyone. I forgot to plug in my mic. Hope everyone's having a great Thursday, great start of your week. Got some scores above us and scores below us. Welcome to the Northeast Ohio Sports Show here on Billy Doodle Channel. Once again, hope everyone's having a great Thursday. It's July 29th. Wait, it's the 30th. Sorry about that. I wrote this yesterday. 30th, 2026. We'll go right into it. It's episode 61 here on Billy Doodle Channel. We'll be here back next week as well. Hunter's at a concert tonight seeing Evanescence. Great band. Hope he's having a good time. Put up a live stream here. Alright. Looking good. All up and running. First is our funny, not so funny topic. It's about the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It came out. World Cup of Memes. Basically a meme factory. Acting that it was even real. It's kind of interesting. Lionel Messi had some memes everywhere. Trending topics online on Merlin the Duck. The unofficial mascot of the tournament. Fans joked that Duck deserved the winner's medal. Looks up AI soccer at its course everywhere. Holland movie clips, White Chicks parody videos, which is funny. We have Messi's reactions videos. All over online, this is how famous he is. Vikings Row, which people see one of the most recognizable fan celebrations of the tournament. Replicated by fans across multiple stadiums, which is cool as well. There's halftime show memes. Performance generated immediate online reactions and parody edits. Fans debate over memes more entertaining than the show itself. There's a lot of celebrity sightings as well, all over. And then also closing out here of Spain's championship celebration, which is awesome to see. Spain's dramatic extra time victory over Argentina inspired countless celebratory memes and fan edits across social media, which is awesome to see, and cool to see Argentina lose as well. Always love seeing that. We'll go right into F1. We have F1 results from last week below us. So for the last race, we had the Hungarian Grand Prix. The next race, we have a Dutch Grand Prix. We have a summer break right now, about a little over a month off. Formula 1 will head into Circuit Zandvoort in the Netherlands. Zandvoort's one of the most unique circuits of the calendar, has steep banking, narrow racing lines, and fast-flowing corners, making overtaking difficult, placing enormous importance on qualifying. Drivers have to master the famous corners like Charles Leblanc, the high-speed Cervec, and heavy banked corner that launches cars right in front of the straight. It'll be very interesting. Hopefully McLaren enters as the team to beat as after Antonelli's outstanding season. But their pace in Hungary suggests that Norris and Piastri could change that immediately. Ferrari hopes that its upgrades could perform better on Zandvoort's high downforce layout. While Verstappen could always enjoy massive home support from the famous Orange Army. Hungarian Grand Prix, we had Lando Norris actually taking that dub. His first win since last year, I believe they were saying. McLaren, which is awesome to see. He was actually 15 seconds ahead of Max in second, which is awesome to see. Max got second, Kimi Antonelli third, Charles Leclerc fourth, Lewis Hamilton fifth, Isaac Hadjar sixth, George Russell seventh. Bad day for Mercedes. George Russell was almost a whole lap down. I think he had an extra. No, he didn't have an extra pit stop. Wow, he had 2 pits. Still was a lap down. Wow. We're going to talk about that. Then we have Liam Lawson, Nico Hulkenberg, Oliver Lindblad, Gabriel Bortoleto, Pierre Gasly, Lance Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Franco Colapinto, Esteban Ocon, Alexander Albon, Carlos Sainz, Oliver Behrman, Oscar Piastri, and then Oscar Piastri retired 15 laps. Sergio Perez retired with plus 22 laps, and Valtteri Bottas for Cadillac retired plus 57 laps. Not a good week for Cadillac. Definitely a learning week. Right now, the standings, we have Kimi Antonelli in first at 219, Lewis Hamilton in second with 169, George Russell in third with 160, Charles Leclerc in fourth with 138, Lando Norris in fifth with 128. It's actually kind of crazy how close Lewis is. I'm starting to love it. I really am. But also George is getting close as well. Max Verstappen in 6th with 109. Oscar Piastri in 7th with 92. Isaac Hadjar 8th with 68. Liam Lawson in 9th with 43. Pierre Gasly in 10th. Oliver Lindblad in 11th. And Franco Colapinto, Oliver Behrman, Gabriel Bortoleto, Carlos Sainz, Alexander Albon, Esteban Ocon, Nico Hulkenberg, Fernando Alonso with 1 point for Austin Martin, Lance Stroll, Valtteri Bottas, and Sergio Perez both no points. Now I did want to check. For some reason, I thought I saw somewhere F1's adding a race this year. And I want to talk about that real quick. Alright, so huh? Oh, I see. So they're gonna call it for Bahrain Grand Prix. It's gonna be on October 4th, but it's actually gonna be for Malaysia track, for Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia, which is actually a really fun round. The scheduled rounds in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia were initially called off due to conflict in the Middle East to fill a vacant October slot between Azerbaijan and Singapore without a traditional local hosting fee. An arrangement was made for Malaysia's Sepang Circuit to step in as one of the off events financed by Bahrain. Cool, they want to make that money. Additionally, ongoing uncertainty has left the season-ending round return to Abu Dhabi in doubt, with Formula One considering European contingencies, such as Imola, if late station relocations become necessary. Oh my god, that would be lit. Because I don't know if not that many not that many Americans might know. This year they got rid of Imola for F1, which is the OG F1 track. It blows a lot of people's mind. That's where Senna died. A lot of history there. They kept Monza because Monza's like for actual like home base of Ferrari, technically. And Ferrari's a team. They're gonna keep their team track. But Imola's for history, man. Oh my god. Just in my head, the race is going through it. It's just beautiful. It really is. I love that. I love that track. I do. So if they could bring it back, that would be awesome. It's more of a traditional track. For something like F1 would be awesome to see at the end of the year. They could make that for last race too. Oh my god, pure. Because being, traditionally like European, American tracks, these newer, purposely built tracks that are in the Middle East, they are cool. I won't lie. They can have their stuff. It's just that having them as for the last race is kind of dumb to me. It should be a more historical track. You know what I mean? Silverstone, I get having middle of the year. You know what I mean? But you have Dutch Grand Prix. You have a lot of good Spa. And sometimes it is season and, geology and logistics and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting. But I would love to see Imola. That would be beautiful. Mamma mia. Oh my god. And we'll be back to 2 Italian races every year, which we should always have. Because So the reason why we actually have F1 is because of Ferrari. Ferrari helped out Formula One from the start. They were the most racing ones. They're the only team that was still there, the OG team. A lot of teams have left. You just have Alfa Romeo as a team, Maserati as a team. Nah, they all gone now. And Ferrari, with the history of endurance racing, they actually, because they're so ingrained in F1, they get money every year no matter what that no other team gets, just because F1 is kind of Ferrari, especially in a lot of history. For constructors, let's go on that. Mercedes first at 379, Ferrari second at 307, third McLaren at 220, decent amount behind. It looks like each guy's about 80 off. Then we have Red Bull in fourth for 177, about another 40 off. Racing Bulls in fifth, Alpine sixth, Haas seventh, Audi eighth. Good for Audi, but they also bought a decent team, so it's not like they bought a bad team. Williams ninth, having a bad year. Aston Martin 10th, having a really bad year. That's something to bringing these people up. I mean, Haas is in seventh. Huh? That never happened. You know what I mean? It would happen sometimes when the really bad teams are doing really bad, like Alpine, Racing Bulls, Stake, Williams. But Aston Martin's bad this year. And now we got Cadillac too, and they haven't had a point yet too, so that just sucks. There's a free practice 1 for Zandvoort's August 21st, so we got some time, guys. The race will actually be, we have a sprint race Saturday, August 22nd at 6 a.m. EU, and then the actual race is Sunday at 9 a.m., so a little bit better. Qualifying on that Saturday at 10. So we got 22 days left. It's August 21st through 23rd. It'll be awesome to see. Circuit Zandvoort. It's in Zandvoort, Netherlands. Lap record 2021. Lewis Hamilton with that beast of a Mercedes. I believe it was called a maybe talk W14. Not mistaken. 1 minute and 11 seconds, .097. Crazy fast. 14 turns, not many, like how Max likes. Clockwise, it was established in 1939. Another old track. It's a tri-oval. Which is actually really cool to see. Circuit length is about 4.307 kilometers. 70 laps, giving us a total distance of 301.43 kilometers. So cool to see. Love to see it. We'll go right into IndyCar after I get some water. Keep it coming. Alright, on to IndyCar. The most recent IndyCar race was the Bruschetta Bourbon Music Grand Prix, which we talked about our last episode, where Alex Palou continues his remarkable 2026 campaign by capturing his fifth victory of the season after Weber postponed the event for a day until Monday. Palou and the Chip Ganassi Racing Team once again executed a nearly flawless victory, and first, Alex Palou win on Monday, extending his championship lead and further establishing themselves as the class of the field. Behind Palou, several championship contenders gained valuable points. Joseph Newgarden showed renewed speed on the O in hometown for him, I believe, and continued climbing back into the contention after a slower start of the season this year. Meanwhile, Christian Lundgaard, Kyle Kirkwood, and Alex Palou remain locked in a tense battle, remain podium positions of a championship. Looking ahead, the series now shifts to the beautiful Milwaukee Mile, one of the oldest and most historical tracks here at IndyCar. I don't work for IndyCar, but for IndyCar. In American motorsports, Milwaukee traditionally regards for management, patience and traffic, strong pit strategy, while Palou enters as a favorite thanks to his consistency. Overall, a specialist like Newgarden and Team Penske could have an opportunity to cut into points if they can capitalize on their experience. And that's actually the 8th as well, August 9th at 4. I think that's the next NASCAR race as well, but I have to look at that. I might be wrong. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. Current championship standings. Alex Palou leading at 457 points. Then Kyle Kirkwood, Christian Lundgaard, David Malukas, and Pato O'Ward. Palou has built a substantial championship advance with 5 victories, meaning the rest of the field will most likely need multiple wins and perhaps a lot of misfortune. Trend topics online, so the biggest discussions we've basically seen right now is whether anyone could stop Palou's march towards another championship. Many fans are actually comparing his consistency in some of the most dominant modern IndyCar seasons to people in the past, and people like Max. I've called him the Max of Indy right now. He's not at Lewis's level yet, because you need to get like 7 or 8. Yuck. Another major topic is the 2027 driver market or silly season. Reports indicate significant driver movement is already taking shape, including high-profile lineups, such as Eric McLaren, as we believe they got it's not Marcus Ericsson. Oh man, I'm about to look it up, and I'm kind of mad. But they got Scott Dixon, who is an amazing just driver of a car. So that's why I'm kind of hyped for Scotty, because he's actually going to help out my boy Pato O'Ward a lot. Because Pato's younger, he doesn't have the championships or experience like Scott does, but Scott has set up like a pat. So a lot of people are already saying, for a lot of his races, Pato, just copy him. Oh yeah, Felix Rosenquist is also joining, who won the Indy 500 this year. I got to see it for 110th running of the Indy 500. Awesome. Good that he's getting a good spot. Something else. Another guy who's good on ovals. Looks like McLaren's trying to get that, that triple crown again. They're in hypercar. They just brought out their hypercar, I think, about a month ago, a little bit less. So now they have a hypercar. They could win Le Mans. Not Le Mans, Monaco and F1. So it'll be interesting. And then to win Indy. You know what I mean? They have a lot of people that have gotten close to win Indy, like Scott Dixon, Pato O'Ward, and then Rosenquist, who won it last year. So now they're going to set up down pat, which would be awesome to see. I'm so excited for it. I really love it. Also, there's a bunch of future buzz. Make sure you look it up online. Reviewing the new IR28 IndyCar Racing 2028 IndyCar Racing chassis. And it's going to debut in 2028 for lighter car, upgraded hybrid system, revised aerodynamic power. Promise closer racing and have gained widespread excitement about the future of the series. I agree, because we actually see way more aero advancement. It's not just, for super speedways and road courses, they change for front and back wing. they actually changed a little bit of the side pods that go into the back wheels, which makes a lot of sense for aerodynamics for these super speedways. A lot of the times your back wing is just how do your back wheels push air to that back wing. So it was interesting because I noticed, I believe it's a super speedway, has more cut. So it's a higher cut into the wheel before the wheel. It's a little aero box and has more opening. For road course, it's kind of like what they have right now, which is like a little bit smaller of a box because you actually see more of a wheel. Because they want more downforce is basically what it's coming down to, which is really cool to see. So we'll go right on to NASCAR. It's entering one of the most important stretches of the 2026 season, with playoff picture beginning to take shape. The latest race at IMS, or Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard 400 delivered surprise winner. Well, the next up at Iowa Speedway, that's the same day IndyCar will be, which would be awesome to see. That'll be August 9th. It could shake up the championship's standings even further. And actually, I think Indy's the 8th, like I said, because that's the doubleheader they're doing. No, it's the 9th too. Oh, it's Portland, not Iowa. My bad. Last series at the Brickyard 400 IMS, our boy Ryan Blaney got spun out. However, I don't think we've had this show since he won in Atlanta. So I believe. Let me check the dates. Let me check my calendar. This month's been crazy. That was the 12th. Ryan Blaney won in Atlanta. Echo Park dominant. Won all the stages. Just crazy. He's broke a record for the most dominant, like most laps led percentage-wise in a draft car race. That's our boy. I tell you what. No wonder he's from Trumbull County. It was awesome, but his ass got spun out last weekend. I would love to see him win Indy. He's won Daytona, not the 500, but the second race in the playoffs. It would just be awesome to see. It really will be. Vision Corey Heim captured a second career NASCAR Cup victory in a breakout performance at one of racing's most historical venues. It was awesome to see. He controlled the closing stages of the race and held off the field in a dramatic finish at the Indianapolis Oval. The race featured plenty of strategy and changing momentum, with 15 lead changes among 11 favorite drivers, 5 cautions, and a battle where veterans and young stars were mixed together throughout the afternoon. We saw people like Carson Hocevar. Heim's victory was especially impressive because Indy has traditionally rewarded experience. Winning the Brickyard has put his name along some of NASCAR's biggest legends, Tony Stewart, giving his name a major confidence boost heading into a playoff push. Which is awesome. And I don't know if you guys know, this is his second win this year, and he's going to Michael Jordan's team next year. Mint. I believe he also races in the Truck Series. He has some wins there. He's a great driver. I'm really excited. Michael really knows how to pick him. I don't know if it's just having that sport mind. It is crazy. Behind him, several championship contenders focus on collecting valuable points, with only a few regular season racing remaining. Drivers are balancing 2 goals, winning races and locking themselves into the playoffs. It'd be really awesome to see at this cut line. The next race, we have the Iowa Super Speedway by Iowa Corn 350. A short track, sorry about that, known for intense racing and physical battles, which would be cool to see. Iowa's .894 mile oval creates a unique challenge, and that's not for short. They do half mile in NASCAR at Martinsville. Drivers must maintain tire wear and long green flag runs for preferred racing groove changes as the track heats up. Is this a concrete track? Restarts often create some of the most aggressive moments of the race. It'll be awesome to see because Iowa's a short track. Expect veterans that are good at it. Kyle Busch, Danny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney. While younger drivers will continue to make statements, it'll be awesome to see. It's also important because it's one of the final opportunities for drivers outside of the playoff picture to get it into the playoffs, which would be interesting to see. And I'm going to look up the NASCAR standings. Cup. We got Hamlin at 1 at 886 or 4 wins. Tyler Reddick in second at 802 with 5 wins, less consistent. Oh boy, Ryan Blaney staying in there at third with 2 wins at 766 points. Ty Gibbs at 4th with 751 with 1 win. Carson Hocevar for 1 win in 5th at 6'38". Chase Elliott in 6th at 6'35". Chris Briscoe, 7th at 6'23". Kyle Larson in 8th at 6'17". Boucher in 9th at 6'13". Bow in 10th at 6'09". Nice. Then we have Daniel Suarez, William Byron. Bad year for him. Jordan Logano, bad year for him. Bubba Wallace has fallen off since a strong start for 23 Racing. SVNG's fallen off a lot. 15th. Austin Cindric. Pierce, Jones, Kozlowski, McDowell, Ross Chastain, Allmendinger, Gillard, Smith. He's done decent. Herbert, Stenhouse Jr., Nemechek, Austin Dillon. Sweet Jesus, he's so bad I didn't get him out of that free card. Austin Bowman, Alex Bowman, I believe he had injuries this year, but they need to get him out too. He wants to retire. Kussler, Gregson, Dillon, Barry, Zillage, Ware, Mayers. I don't know if Mayers races all of them. He has 12 points. Magnuson for 87. He's only raced some races, so. Yeah, we have Catherine Legend here, so these are people that are always on board. Bush and Rick Bush. Corey Haim, I think, is that was interesting to see. Alright, let's go over Guardians. It hasn't been trash, I believe. Let me take a sip of water and we'll go over that. Tomorrow they actually start a series against Arizona, it looks like. But yesterday, I want to see if we won. We were playing Cincinnati. We won yesterday 6-1, so I thought, nice, awesome to see. Tuesday, we lost against Cincinnati 2-0, and then Tuesday for a doubleheader first game, we won 6-5. So awesome to see us win that series, because our game Monday was postponed due to weather. Sunday, we lost against Tampa Bay 1-0. Saturday, we lost against Tampa Bay 3-0. Sorry about that. Friday, we lost against Tampa Bay 11-3, got smacked. On Thursday, we lost against Minnesota. It looks like in 12 innings, 3-1. We are currently 56 and 54, and in the standings, we are behind Chicago 2 games. Chicago is 57 and 51. Behind us, we have Minnesota at 55 and 55, 3 games behind, getting tight in our division now. Detroit 6.5 games behind, and Kansas City is 12 games behind. So I'm not too worried. Hopefully we can get some wins against Arizona. We played them Friday at 7:10, Saturday at 7:15, and Sunday at 1:40. Then Tuesday we saw a series against the Mets, 6:40. Wednesday 6:40 against the Mets, and next Thursday August 6th, 1:10 for the evening game or afternoon game. So I'm really excited for that. Hope we get some good stuff for the Guardians. Browns had opening training camp in Berea, beginning one of the most important and closely watched summers in recent franchise histories, with rookies reported first, followed by veterans, as the team begins preparing for a season filled with major questions surrounding quarterback position, new coaching leadership, and a identity of the roster moving forward. Biggest storyline is the Browns' conversation is a QB comp. Cleveland enters camp with a battle involving Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson, and the rest of the quarterback room, with fans and analysis debating whether Browns can prioritize developing a young quarterback or attempt to get veteran production from Watson. Sanders remains one of the most talked about players on the rosters, with every practice and preseason appearance expected to receive heavy attention. It's also a major transition against coach Todd Monken. This season, a coaching change for Browns to create a more aggressive and consistent offensive identity, which will be cool to see. I've already seen sometimes a little bit this week that actually Deshaun Watson's been a little bit rough. However, he hasn't played in I think 4 years. It may be 6 years. Jesus Christ, he played a little bit for us, but in reality, he hasn't played a full season in a super long time. Super long time, and that is scary. He just keeps getting injured. I feel like he's actually kind of milking us. We actually should have really good wide receiver development, which is awesome. Looking for playmakers, offensive line chemistry after off-season seasons. We see guys like JB, Joe Bertonio retiring, sad to see, but awesome. And a different defense identity after Myles Garrett change. We kind of have a whole identity change now. New coach, guys retiring, Myles gone. Crazy. We recently signed safety Grant Delpit, who I actually like. If I'm not mistaken, went to LSU for a 3-year, $48 million contract, which would be good to see. It's followed by a large extension for Denzel Ward as well, which is something that we kind of need our back end. Early concern entering camp is health for several players. Defensive tackle Malik Collins last year, first round pick, became camp a physically unable to perform list while coming from injury while returning. His return timeline, some fans will watch closely because we kind of do need that better defensive line without Miles back. But whatever, what a bounce. So thank you guys so much for stopping by on the Northeast Ohio Sports Show. We'll be back here Monday for a news show, the week ahead news show. Me, Lamb. A lot of these shows have just been me now. Tommy's working like a lot, and he works till 7, so kind of a lot. You know, he works 6 days a week right now. And Hunter's always busy, so we'll see what we'll do about this, guys. I really appreciate everyone stopping by. Appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're not already. It helps us out with that YouTube algorithm. Facebook's in the description as well. That's really it, me guys. Hope you all have a great day. One more day. It's almost Friday. Peace.